my Stampin' friends. Hope you're having a good Memorial Day. This is Candice Anderson coming to you live from Hiram, Utah. Um, Give it just a minute here. Let me see. Turn on this. All right. Hopefully it works this time. Um, Hopefully some of you can join me tonight. I know it's probably busy since it's Memorial Day weekend, but if you can, I'd love for you to join me. If you can't, hopefully you have a chance to watch the replay. I am planning on being really quick tonight. This is pretty simple. I don't know about you, but my life has been a little bit crazy, especially this week. My son's graduation is on Wednesday, and been covering a lot at work for people who were out of town. So, anyway, let's get started, and uh, hopefully, we'll have a few of you here in a little bit. I learned something new. Let's see if this works. Aha! Sweet. Look at that. Uh, Figured out how to switch it a little bit easier. So we are going to be using the Beautiful Butterflies stamp today. And if you'll notice in the descriptions, I basically said stamps, paper, ink. So I want to show you the first card we're going to be making is only going to be using stamps, paper, and ink. I'm actually going to do two things at the same time, though, for my two different ones here. And I am going to be stamping off of the page, so I'm going to use a piece of paper back behind. I'm going to, hang on, switch and grab a different paper here that's not quite as wrinkly. All right. So, um, I am going to be starting with my giant butterfly. As I've mentioned before, usually I start with my largest image first. I am creating a background, but it's also my main focal for my stamp. And I looked at a bunch of different stamp sets to kind of play with this idea. I saw a card made by design team member Phillipa, is what it said on it. And I just thought it was really cool and how she did it. And it's basically pretty much black ink. So a lined image works really well for this. I'll show you one other card I did make using kind of a lined image. You'll see what I mean when I show it to you. But so we're starting with this biggest one here. And obviously I'm not using the entire um, butterfly, just kind of stamping part of it on there. And then I'm going to use this one next. And let's see, I'm going to kind of go in here a little bit. It's okay if it overlaps just a little bit. Um, and right in here. And go right in here. So the idea is I'm kind of going at a diagonal somewhat with my images, I guess I should say. And then we're going to add in this butterfly. I might add in one more of the other one there. And this also works a lot better if you have multiple images from kind of a large to a medium look. And I am going to use the little dots and just kind of add some sporadically in this space here to kind of pull it all together a little bit. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your day off if you had a day off. enjoying some time with your family and remembering our veterans out there who served for us. I do appreciate them. Okay, so there's my two simple, easy backgrounds that we're going to do. So my original card, I did actually use the colored pencils, but I'm going to use the Stampin' blends, and I'm using the old in colors. Not that they're old, but last year's in colors for this. And we're just going to color this one really quickly. And it's actually pretty quick because I'm only coloring my big butterfly. The rest of them I am leaving black. Just a little here. I am using the big brush tip, so it definitely makes it a lot faster to add color. Blend that together a little. And you could do this in pretty much any color. Simple, easy trick. The one she had done was with flowers. I was thinking if I had a set, I kind of looked, but I didn't have a lot of time. But with a whole bunch of different sized balloons, it would be really fun to make a birthday card with different balloons. Um, Other things that I, you know, thought about some different ones. I might try this with some different stamp sets in the future. But for today's purposes, I decided to use the butterfly one. I personally love butterflies. Butterflies and dragonflies are some of my favorites. Um, don't know why, but I love them. Again, just going real kind of quick, grabbing a little bit on the edges and in between. And this is kind of a highlighting effect in some ways because I'm just highlighting the one image with the color. If you've ever seen those black and white photos where they highlight a color, I have one that was done with my daughter, and they highlighted her pretty blue eyes. In fact, I believe it was Kevin Thiessen who actually did that picture when she was little for me, and might have the little bit of red and blue that she was wearing. So again, quick and easy. How you can add this. Now, her original card was on white. You could do it on a white background. In fact, if you weren't coloring it, the whole reason I didn't do it just stamped directly onto a white card stock and leave it at that was because I'm coloring it with blends, and blends always go through. So for this one here, we are using strictly stamp ink and paper. I guess technically I did use embossing powder. Didn't think about that. So this one I did stamp with Versamark and use embossing powder. I pre-did it so that it was on simple and easy and already done, so you didn't have to wait. And I'm going to do a quick, easy cut on here. And I'm just going to attach this to the front. I did like the pop of color having it in the background here, which is part of the reason I went on the other background. And I am going to, no, on this one, I'm going to actually just attach it straight on there. And attach it along here. And in the inside, I'm just going to stamp Time to Celebrate. If you've been following along with the card a day in May, today's theme is celebrate. So what better way to celebrate than with a birthday, right? So we have our cute happy birthday, and I'm just going to add a little bit of the butterfly in the corner there. And should have stamped with something behind. Oh, that was not good. Well, it's got a little bit of a fun splash on the inside. And we're going to grab a different piece of paper here for this one so we don't ruin it. All right. Apparently that was almost out. um, all right, so now we're going to move on to this one. I'm going to step this one up just a little bit. I still have the same background that we're going to add to this. And before I add that, we are going to stamp on the inside again. I'm going to stamp a little extra on this one. Add this little butterfly. And that wasn't great, but that's okay. I'll add a little bit of the dots. All right, so there's our inside. So this one here, again, I told you I want to add a little bit of extra, really fast, easy. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some ribbon. And I am going to add it just like this. So I cut that on an edge here on the angle, similar to my one that I cut, and I'm going to wrap it around the back on here. And I'm going to cut this one, hopefully, about the same angle. Sorry. I like to use the one to cut the other so that the angles are the same on both sides. And then I'm going to use some of the mini dimensionals to pop this up. Now I'm trying to put them a little bit more towards the top because I'm going to layer it over this pink ribbon a little bit. So it's going to pop up there. And then I'm going to use the bigger ones on the back side here to pop it up off of our back. So again, not adding a whole lot, but it does just add a little bit more to our card here. And somehow I still got ink on it. Oh well. And last but not least, I am going to grab some of these brand new, I love these new embellishments. I'll kind of put it over that and add just a little bit more. So we've got our basic one here. I'm going to show you my original card, which is a little bit just stepped up. So I've just put it right onto the background instead of popping it up, but I did pop up the happy birthday and add a little bit of embellishments. And this one I've added the ribbon embellishments and popped it up as well. Quick, easy way that you can use the same card layout. This is the other one I was going to show you. Excuse me. So this is using the Impressions a Bloom stamp set, which is a 2-step stamp set. And I stamped just the detail, which is a lot more black than you would expect. And then I stamped the 2-step stamping over just the one image. But again, similar look, simple, easy that you can do. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Just a reminder, if you haven't caught our episodes of Scrapped, you can check all of those out. We will be having a new theme next month. I believe it is the, let's see if I can switch this quick. I believe that it is the what is it? In colors that we're going to be doing. Thank you, Shannon. I'm glad you liked them. Like I said, I just thought it was a really cool technique that somebody else had shared. Philippa, I think is how you say her name, and I just had to try it myself. But simple and easy to do, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Remember, next month, hey, it is June already, crazy. But so it will be a Make It With Me Monday again, first Monday of the month. So I will let you know more what you can plan to bring so that you can follow along. And I will see you next week. Thanks again for joining me. Have a stamptastic night.